Good morning, everybody. Welcome from Leiden Bioscience Park. And today I thought about some Halloween outfit, but I thought maybe since we are discussing relatively important and sometimes serious aspects of creating brighter future for PhD students and postdocs, I think it's better to keep it more, let's say, more serious. Not in Halloween outfit, but I wish you all worldwide enjoy Halloween, and also today enjoy also Diwali. That's the Indian celebration with lamps to celebrate the light. So happy Halloween and happy Diwali. And today I'd like to, for those which are joining me first time, I think give short introduction, although I would really strongly recommend to you to go back to my YouTube channel, to live sessions and watch all of them, since I'm doing it, I think already session number 20, I believe. But it's more than 18, definitely, sessions I'm already running from Leiden Bioscience Park from Netherlands. To give, I think that's important as a former academic, but also agile coach, having my startup, helping PhD students and postdocs in transition from academia to industry. This perspective, this different perspective, and thinking from different perspectives is very, very powerful way, not just becoming agile, so flexible, adaptable, having this type of agile mindset, which I implement on daily basis in my business, but also in my life. In this transition, having this agile mindset, taking different perspectives, and also bringing you this, having this agile mindset, bringing you this different perspectives, how to make transition, particularly from, we are focusing from academia to industry. And I just check if it's all visible. It's very crucial to discuss this transition and how to take it strategically. And today, during this session, I'd like to, because I already gave you different perspective, I would like to more discuss aspects of, since I'm in Leiden Bioscience Park, which is the largest and the oldest science park in Netherlands, how business ecosystem can help you in this transition. And this transition becomes discussing this transition and giving you this quality time. So please also, I hope you appreciate, and please also subscribe to my YouTube channel to support this channel, to create more options for a brighter future for PhD students and postdocs in industry, and helping in this transition, building global online community to help each other. This, of course, aspect which we're going to discuss today, and I will bring you new insights and new tips, are important and are the ones which I didn't discuss yet. They are very informative, what you will see in a moment. But first, I'd like to start why this transition becomes more and more intensified. Education for Brown. Decided to save 29 million euros by 2026. I just want to bring you this number so you understand what kind of scale this saving is upcoming, and what an impact this will have on this transition of academic scientists, including postdocs, PhD students, to academia. So 29 million euros by 2026, and the further he wants to get to, or actually save 272 millions by 2029. Yeah, so tenfold more. So ultimately, he will save 200, as you can see, you can also 293 million euros he wants to save on academic, in general, I think, on higher education or on academic research. And that is called structural savings. So the question which appears here, by giving you this perspective in terms of numbers, what will be the future of public universities, right? More scientists leaving academia and making this transition. And of course, this is something which I want to also help for all these PhD students or postdocs or academic staff, which doesn't see any more bright future in academia because of the savings, and also what I didn't mention, also reducing numbers of international PhD students and postdocs, so international students, international talent. So reducing influx of the students from Netherlands. This obviously creates a lot of pressure, and industry, I believe, will become new niche. Of fundamental research. For all the scientists. And we know that a lot of already R&D research, so research and development at early basic or stages happening in business ecosystem, especially in pharma companies, but also R&D companies. So that's not really surprising, but this niche will become bigger and bigger. So what I wanted to particularly bring here, that yes, my role in helping all these academic scientists to make this transition becomes more and more pronounced. And I'm happy to help in this transition. And this really requires working not only on your CV, cover letters, application process, pitching for the job, but also focusing on your transferable skills while you make this transition from academia to industry. These transferable skills can be writing skills, presenting skills, analytical skills. There is many, project management, but they need to be strengthened, and this need to be also exposed. So if you're already making this choice, think about the skills before you make this transition, and you just this earlier before entering industry, because the competition is high, is fierce, and it's more you prepared, more luck and chance you have to get the well-matched job. So if you're ready, don't wait just before your PhD defense, contact me. If you postdoc, also don't wait till your contract is finished and then you suddenly think about this. I think this requires really some time, also for me as a coach, to prepare you for this transition. So that's what I wanted to say. And as I said, transition is not easy process. It's always, every transition is not easy process, requiring a lot of effort, making effort, but also a lot of endurance. And what also I like to bring here, because I always come back to this situation, it requires to understand that. And that's not only for transition from academia to industry, but also in business, where you have a lot of high moments, low moments. We talked about this with CEO, founder of Sagely. So please look at my YouTube channel at the recent interview. There is a lot of high and lows, up and downs. And what we call in industry setback in this transition here also for you, and I like for you to realize that there will be a lot of setbacks moments. But what is important, how we will look at the setbacks, right? So this loss, when you hear that your application was rejected, for example, that they are not becoming roadblocks. That's what we call industry. So obstacles, and that's the only thing we are focusing on. That's where our energy goes, to just focus on the obstacle or problem. But they become, and that's very, very, very difficult at the beginning to realize, but they become the stepping stones. And that's something which I wanted for you to realize, because I've been also in US this year. I had a great chance to be in Cambridge Innovation Center, where you have the best scientists, which are also entrepreneurs, from MIT, from Harvard. And I was surprised how flexible they are. They, of course, relatively young compared to Europeans. Many of them starting business already at age of 15, but they have this attitude and they talk about this. Even please go back to my previous live sessions. I discussed about Professor Jeff Karp, excellent scientist, innovator from MIT, associated with also Harvard Med School. So he is also very clearly always giving this message: don't let your setbacks become roadblocks, but stepping stones, where you can grow, and improve every time you make this step. Every step, every setback can be actually, depending on how you perceive it, can or become roadblock or become stepping stone. And I, as a coach, want also here in this coaching process, make sure that you take this setback as a stepping stone. And especially what I mean here is about feedback. Ask always for feedback associated with this roadblock. This will help you to turn it into a stepping stone. So, speaking of which, the mechanism goes this way. This will turn into stepping stone if you ask for feedback. That's the important one. You learn something from that. Even it was rejection, it was no. Ask always for feedback to learn from this, right? Take the lesson. So that's something which I'd like to stress about before I will come to the business ecosystems, which I didn't talk about yet during this session. Since I'm 7 years now in Leiden Bioscience Park developing my startup, I think I learned a lot about Dutch ecosystem, but also traveling to different places, talking to different international entrepreneurs, because I really love international vibe. I always liked also in academia. I think you get the best perspectives because you get different perspectives. So how can business ecosystems help in this transition from academia to industry? And of course, business ecosystem, what I mean here, these are startups, these are scale-ups, maturing companies, and finally established companies, including pharmaceutical companies or pharma. And I think we all, my startup, me as a coach, but also others, should take an active part in this transition. So I would like now to bring some views about the business ecosystems. And what I'd like to bring in terms of view is to present to you 8, I would say, top innovative science parks in Netherlands, life science clusters, biotech parks, innovation parks, whatever you call it, in Netherlands. We have 8 of them. Leiden, of course, where I am now, it's the largest and the oldest. And I would talk about maybe at the last, because I talked already a lot about Leiden Bioscience Park during my sessions, but I will also give you the link with the map, so that I think visually you can see how big Leiden Bioscience Park currently is. We have actually 5 biopartner buildings, and associated and in very close proximity with Leiden University Medical Center, with Leiden University, with other institutes, with companies like Johnson & Johnson and Galapagos. These are all surrounded and create all big campus. And because they are very close to each other, this creates, I would say, much more efficient, innovative process overall, because it allows, because of neighborhood, close neighborhood of academia and industry, to create simply more bonds, and that also happens usually during tech talks, which I also talked about already, but just to refresh your knowledge, and other networking events where academia meet business. But now I'd like to start talking about business parks. There is 8 of them. I'd like to discuss each of them, because I know that each of you maybe is not only located in Leiden, but maybe it's located or in central Holland or South Holland, but it's also located in other parts. And luckily, other parks are located not only in South Holland, but they are located outside of South Holland. And that, I think, gives you, if you live further than that and you would like to travel, or you wouldn't like to travel, you are interested what type of science parks are located in Netherlands, I think this will give you the best overview. So I'd like to first talk about Amsterdam Science Park. Then, before I will go to Amsterdam Science Park, I'd like to mention all of these parks. And if we would not finish this, because I also don't want to prolong sessions more than 1 hour, this will be continued on the next session in 1 month. Usually I do these sessions, live sessions, for 1 hour once a month. So Amsterdam Park, Leiden Bioscience Park, so LBSP, Brightlands Camelot Campus, the next one is High Tech Campus Eindhoven, the next one is Kenny's Park Twente. We actually say Twente in English. The next one is, which is, I think, the closest to Leiden, TU Delft Science Park, so Technical University. Delft Science Park. The next one is Utrecht Science Park. Some people make abbreviation of USP. And Wageningen campus. And I hope that this is still visible. Otherwise, if it would be not visible, I will also put it maybe here. Wageningen campus. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with Wageningen. Yes. And we have 10 minutes. So I think, as I said, I will start from Amsterdam Science Park. And on next sessions, because I'd like to introduce to you these parks more in detail than you can find on websites. I strongly believe that if you understand and you know and you have more insight about this particular business ecosystem, because this is big business ecosystem, contains companies, contains companies, but also contains, facilities. It's not only about companies, but also facilities for developing innovations, for startups, for companies. So I want to bring more details about each of these science parks. So by understanding and having more insights about each of these parks, you can see, how now not having this knowledge, having this insight can create more opportunities for you. Because perhaps you want to join these parks, you want to work there. In startups, for example, depending also if you are biologist or you are, because we talk about future in life sciences, or you chemist, these parks have a different specificity in terms of subfields in life sciences or life science sector. So this can also determine which park you would like to visit, and perhaps first participate in the networking events, get to know people from there, and thereby also see what are your chances to apply there and to work there in this each of these ecosystems which can fit your background. So that's why I want to tell you more about each of these parks, because not all of them cover all the sectors of life sciences. So in a way, they not all have the same, I would say, not only in terms of industry specificity, type of innovation they focus on, but also facilities and opportunities. So Amsterdam Science Park. Let me first Amsterdam Science Park. Let me first take a look on all the details, because I have here also the notes. So I don't want to make mistakes. That's why I have the notes, which will be very supportive here. First of all, of course, it's the most central place related in terms of commuting to airport. So it is very international type of science park. Schiphol, I think it's 30 minutes by train from Leiden here, but people which are living in Amsterdam, I think they have direct access to Amsterdam Science Park. What is important about the area, because what maybe you don't always pay attention, but I do, innovation is also dependent on the space. You could imagine that a limited lab space generates limited numbers of laboratories where you can perform research and develop something into product or service or commercialize science. So facilities are important, state of art is important, but also space is important. And Amsterdam Science Park, area of Amsterdam Science Park is 800 thousand square meters. This is a pretty, as you could imagine, pretty big space. There are developments in terms of space, so to increase space even more. But this is something which, of course, needs to be decided by landowners. And landowners have to give permission, right, to expand the area. And I think for you, maybe it's important to also understand and know who are the landowners of Amsterdam Science Park. This is University of Amsterdam, Municipality of Amsterdam, and Netherlands Organization for Scientific Research, which in short we call, in Dutch actually, this is Dutch name, NWO. So these are important numbers. Another, because I will bring a lot of numbers here. Another important numbers by 2020, I believe this data are coming. There have been already 130 companies. I think numbers of companies tells you how big this park is and how successful it is. And within this 130, 40 startups. That also tells you about maturation of the companies in each park. 80 small and medium-sized enterprises. So we call it SMEs. So excluding the startups, and 10 corporates. Usually these are mature companies. I'd like to also here highlight unique companies which are located in Amsterdam Science Park. And I wanted to perhaps bring companies which could be interested for life sciences. And one of these companies, maybe I will put it here, is Nikon Instrument. We all know it from microscopes. Yeah. There are also others, but others are related more to high tech. In terms of developments, right, what has been planned and what have been already accomplished, that's also important to know about Amsterdam Science Park. So there have been built, I think one building was already given for use, is a Matrix 6 multi-tenant building. I think I will change my marker. multi-tenant. It's a belief called Matrix 6, multi-tenant building. With lab and office spaces, that's very important. There is also I think the building which was given for use already by 2015. But in years 2016, 2020, there have been new investment. And if you think about this investment, they are pretty big. And for maybe example, I can give you here some data. 350 million euros have been invested for opening. And that's also another important information for you, because I'm not going to give you all numbers. I give you numbers which are relevant for the knowledge, for insights, to help you to find and select right science park for you in this transition from academia to industry, or right ecosystem. So here there have been opened startup village. And I recommend to you joining startups. I think it's the best, test bed. We are taken as the most driven innovators, because we have limited resources, but at the same time, we also testing in all basically science, and we are harvesting it or in IP or into a product. So we participate very actively in valorization. We are first in the industry chain to practice innovation, to experiment. We are experimental, but in a way, experimental entities. So startup village. Then there was a new building which I wanted to mention here, Nano Coating Center. And what I have here, there is also Amsterdam Data Tower regarding digitalization actually of the data. So Amsterdam Data Tower. So digital reality. But this is also digital data analysis and digital health. And there have been also clean rooms facilities, state-of-the-art clean rooms, also facilities with clean rooms. Facilities, clean rooms installed. So this is for you which work already in, for example, GMP environment, and performed more translational cell therapy based fundamental research. This might be interesting also to look at this, because there are companies which are using this clean rooms, these facilities, and institutes. So this is perhaps also some important hint about what type of facilities they have. So maybe they need instructors, trainers, which will perform, for example, training, right? So you can think, depending on facility, at different perspectives of the jobs which have been, by creating this specific facilities, could fill your potential and skills, especially transferable skills. So this is something which I wanted to tell about Amsterdam Science Park. A long-term vision is to include at least 50% employment growth. That was already a few years ago, and this is still occurring. So I think that's important to know that there is in long-term vision employment growth plan. Amsterdam Science Park also is a place based on these numbers. You can see that there is not only, it is a major hub for research, innovation, and entrepreneurship, but since the owners is University of Amsterdam, this has direct impact of academic institutes as an owner on on development and growth of this innovative facility, and creating also more jobs for faculty of science, but also academic scientists which work at University of Amsterdam. And especially NW organization, which is a public organization for funding academic research or academic industrial collaborations. This is also important, that it is very connected here, and it's actually owner. So it means that has direct impact and decision making on the future of this campus and creating long-term vision. So that's what I would like to say here related to Amsterdam Bioscience Park. But I'm just checking my time because I don't want to run this too long. It's 10:06. So I think what I'd like to maybe comment regarding open innovation strategy, that is characterized by many parks and common to many parks. So it's essential that knowledge and business are brought together. That there are research institutes at the Amsterdam Science Park with unique programs. There is also University Innovation Exchange Amsterdam, ICSA. I can maybe do this here. Maybe this I only want to bring. It's ICSA. So you can find it as Innovation Exchange Amsterdam, which combines also technology transfer office of University of Amsterdam, VU, so Vrije Universiteit, University Amsterdam, and University of Applied Sciences, so 3 universities. And Amsterdam Center for Entrepreneurship. That's another one which you can take a look. Amsterdam Center for Entrepreneurship, which is also located in Amsterdam Science Park. And Amsterdam Science Park related to different activities. That's also something which I'd like to mention here. Is organizing activities which are related to ACE Venture Lab Cafe, but are also organizing open business days and festive yearly Flux festivals. So science community meets business community. So it's Flux Festival. So I think these are, please take a look on this Flux Festival and ICE Venture Lab Cafe to participate in networking, get to know these people, because you can apply for jobs while networking. So this is something which I also wanted to stress here about. Regarding to world-class research institutes, there is many. There is Institute Amolf. There is, so I think I can also bring it here. And perhaps for these institutes, I'm going to give it to you in the comments because I think it's maybe too much data here presented on the board, and I'm usually removing it, but I think I will put it there. I will just mention it that it's AMOLF. There is a Dutch National Research Center for Mathematics and Computer Science. There is also computing, SURF, SARA Computing and Networking Services. There is NLESC Netherlands eScience Center. There is many institutes, as you can hear from what I'm already telling you. So there's many, and they are related to world class, because from this institutes coming 4 Nobel laureates. So these are pretty worldwide recognized institutes. Regarding to R&D, I think the focus is on green life sciences and advanced instrumentation because of Nikon. But also there is company which is specializing, which is called Catalyze, in business plans, also in helping academic researchers to receive research grants, Catalyze. But there is also nanocoating and lithography. And of course, ICT and big data. So depending on the, which I mentioned already in this digital center. So there is a lot in terms of R&D focus ongoing, in terms of life sciences, but also advanced instrumentation, and nanocoating and lithography. But there is eBiolab facility, Amsterdam Nano Center, which is focused on material fabrication. So all scientists which are focusing on biomaterials, I think they are very welcome to look at this center. Except Nikon Center for Excellence, which is also located there. So in terms of startups, I think this Amsterdam Center for Entrepreneurship, ACE, I think if you look at the website, I will give you a website there. I think that's the best way to look and get insights about these incubators. I don't want to take too much time about that. And maybe something which is also important, that this campus is really focusing on green genetics, green environment, and green chemistry. So this is something which I believe I wanted to tell you today. And this is hopefully very important informations for you, not informations because I've been visiting these places. So that's why my knowledge is quite established about each of these campuses. I have my startup 7 years, so I've been at different campuses, participating in different events. Today I go to Utrecht Science Park again. So of course a lot of ecosystems is also changing. It's undergoing changes, which is a good thing. Creating more opportunities for startups, but also for academic scientists which want to make transition to industry and work in these science parks. So that's something which I think I'd like to share with you today. And as I said, some of these institutes, because there've been a lot, I will put in the comments, so that you can also take a look, and also take a look on the startup website, which have been created in this by this science parks. Today by Amsterdam Science Park, the next coming in next session. So thank you very much for active listening. If you would like to contact me, you can reach me. I will put my email there. In terms of coaching from transition from academia to industry, I'm very happy to help you in this transition at any stage. So I am now going to Utrecht Science Park for the event, which will help me further to succeed in pitching one of my projects. So I'm excited already. I hope you didn't notice that during the session, but I'm already excited going there. And that's also something which is beautiful about innovation, that you can be part of each of these ecosystems in Netherlands. They are not exclusive, and each of us is very welcome to participate as a startup, to join, not only in Leiden, but also in other science parks. And that's what makes it, I think, the Netherlands and one of the most inclusive business ecosystems I've been. At least I can say this about Leiden Bioscience Park, but also Utrecht Science Park in Netherlands. So I'm sending to you warm greetings and see you next time. Bye.